Hi everybody, can you believe it? We have made it to the last month of 2017. Whew, it's been a doozy. So, how are we loving this sweatshirt or what? If you're interested in one, my girl Shannon has them at her website, I Om Divine. She also has t-shirts, hats, and a zillion amazing handmade products for your body. Like, please go get yourself some because when you're out shopping for your loved ones, you have to be getting yourself something. Speaking of that, starting 12/1, everything on my website till Christmas Eve is going to be $5 off. That includes gift certificates, okay? So even if you're not ready to gift someone else a reading and you want a reading, you think like, okay, a couple months from now I'm going to want a reading, buy yourself a gift certificate. That means if you bought a $40 gift certificate, you get it for $35, but it's valued at $40, okay? So email me if you're interested in that. The rest of the prices will be slashed on my website starting 12/1, but gift certificates must be purchased through me, okay? It's a beautiful PDF. You can either print it out yourself or for $3 more, I can print it off on beautiful cardstock and send it to you or the recipient. Mid-December, I will be dropping the year ahead readings, and if you're interested in getting a personalized year ahead, I'll have those listed on the website with $5 off starting 12/1. And last but not least, if you're interested in me coming to your city in 2018, please drop your location below. I'm definitely trying to hit at least 5 major cities on the East Coast, and I'm really hoping that I get enough people to head out to the Bay, my former home, okay? I want to hit the West Coast too. So, as always, if you have any questions, please email me, and all that information that you could ever need is in the description. Love you guys. Mwah. I'm going to cut the deck here too because it wants to split. So as I was shuffling your cards, I was getting that very like butterflies in my stomach type of feeling, like that good kind of anxious, like that literally makes you like get hot, like feel your blood flowing. Like if you could see my face right now, I'm smiling. Like it's a very exciting, a little like adrenaline rush of a thing. So we have the High Priestess with the Knight of Wands. Where I split the deck again, we have the Fool. So I really feel like this is a message coming in to you, Taurus. Okay, for some of you it can be from your subconscious mind, right? The High Priestess. But I think for a good portion of you, this message is coming from a High Priestess. Whether it be that you watch other videos on YouTube, or you go buy a reading from somebody, or it's someone that's just extremely psychic, or at least in touch with their very feminine spiritual power. Okay? This could be a man, but I'm really feeling like it's a feminine energy. If it's a man, or someone that identifies as a man, they're very much in tune with their feminine power in the occult. Okay? She's got something to say. And more than this coming in quick, right? Because this talks about speed. This message really, again, excites you. Even if it's not something that you've been anticipating, right? This does not feel anticipated at all. Okay? And again, you can be sending this message. I think it's 50-50, but I definitely feel that some of you are receiving and some of you are sending. So this message is unexpected by the recipient, but the message is very much, I think that even if it's coming from a High Priestess type person, or you're that person, in the message are going to be things that were previously a secret, and or what you learn in the message you are pressed to keep a secret. Okay? With the Fool here, I think it's going to be the type of message that really has you, I don't want to say feeling foolish, right? But feeling very like free. Like I still have the energy in my system. I kind of want to just like wiggle it out. Like it's a very like antsy, like wow, like okay, like what is this? Like this Fool also feels like a breath of fresh air. Like I can't even speak correctly. Okay, and because it's Mercury retrograde, this can be an ex. Okay, I just cut the deck again and I got the King of Swords. So this energy, the King of Swords energy, if you're not the one that sent the message, okay, if you received the message from the High Priestess, you're going to embody the King of Swords. If it's in the reverse, then the person that sent the message of the King of Swords. Regardless, I see truth getting revealed, right? Deep truth, occult truth, like very spiritually aware truth getting conveyed and communicated in a very clear manner. And if this is you and you're responding or you're the recipient, you're really listening to the words that are being said, okay? And I think that you're being very choosy, right? Very clear-headed about how you communicate back. Now, I don't think that there's any deception with this High Priestess at all. I do not get that vibe. However, if the message that you receive, you're pressed to keep secret from your employer, from your family, from your partner, for whatever reason, just make sure you're not lying to anybody. Just be very forward. With the King of Swords there, I think that you already are prepared to do that. I think you are prepared to be 100% transparent. Just know that that's got the highest vibration and like it resonates at the highest value. And I know, Taurus, a lot of times you keep things to yourself, not because you want to lie, but just because you're similar to Cancer and you're kind of hesitant to share with people. But again, whether you're the High Priestess sending this message or you receive a message from a High Priestess type, the conversation will benefit most from the utmost transparency. Okay? All right, Taurus. So the first message I got when I was laying your cards, especially when I saw the sun at the bottom of the deck, I got the message, the road to bliss is not paved in gold. Now, Taurus, not that you are materialistic, but you obviously do value work and what is gained from work and the material possessions that you are able to acquire and just nice things. Like I've never known a Taurus that didn't love nice things, and there's nothing wrong with that. You're ruled by Venus, and that is a beautiful thing. But there's this, something has stirred in you, Taurus, this month, whether it be because of the holidays or whatever. Something has stirred in you this month that has you reevaluating what it is that makes you happy and being almost forced to pursue said happiness in a new manner. Okay? There's just this feeling of that which has, was enough for you is no longer enough for you. And potentially the message I was talking about in the beginning, right? The insights you either gain or are sparked by another person could be why you go on to this introspective, I almost said tangent, which is not a tangent, but this introspective journey. Okay, because the Knight of Wands returned in your foundation, and I asked for clarity, and it gave me the Hermit. So some of you may have gotten a message from a Virgo. Some of you may be traveling to see a Virgo, or you are traveling away from people or traveling alone this holiday, and traveling alone, right, has made you very introspective, or you're spending time alone, therefore, or you're getting a message, right, that is causing you to be really introspective and really self-reflective on how you ended up here today, whatever that means for you. And is it fueling your happiness, right? Are you truly fulfilled? It's kind of like that vision, like in a movie or something, when somebody's sitting in their like beautiful like Soho loft apartment and they have like everything that they ever wanted, but it's Christmas and they're drinking, you know, a glass of wine or whatever alone, just looking out into the city lights, and they're like, wow. The second I checked off the final thing on my list, that I have it all, that I accomplished it all, I realized that I have nothing. Okay? And this, obviously, the energy that I'm speaking on right now is a very different energy than what I was talking about before. So it's almost like you're getting stirred up, right? In a very exciting way, only to realize that you don't have that feeling on a regular basis. So whatever stirs you up, right, and makes you really like have to pay attention to your feelings, you're then, you know, you're then given the awareness of how often that is absent from you. And therefore, you're trying to figure out how to make it an everyday reality. Okay, so it's how to bring joy and bliss in a way that you didn't even know you were missing into your life every day. All right? In what you're being asked to release this month, Taurus, we have the 8 of Pentacles with the rune Standstill and the Magician with the rune Protection. So first things first, constantly working, right? Or yeah, constantly working, especially alone, especially if you work alone or if your work keeps you away from the people that you love and care about, or the things that you love and care about, right? Or if it keeps you away from your own personal power, right? Because a lot of jobs that we do just pay the bills, therefore we don't tap into our personal power while we're working. That's not always the case, but it can be the case. Is really keeping you stagnant. This deep desire you have, just continue working, because this doesn't feel like perfecting a craft, right? With the 8 of Pentacles in this case, in the Standstill rune here, it's like you're just stuck in like just diligency. It's like the same routine, the same routine, the same routine. And the Magician, right, is a couple different things. One, the Magician is a shapeshifter. The Magician also represents Mercury. Mercury's in retrograde, and Mercury is ruled by Taurus, or excuse me, not Taurus, by Gemini and Virgo. So you may have, what your work or what you spend all your time doing may protect you, right? Or you may do it in hopes to kind of like block your full potential. And with bringing Mercury back into it, your full ability to tap into the message. Okay, whatever that means for you, the message. Like, basically, work has been a distraction, has blocked or limited your ability to stand fully in your power. Not that you're disempowered, but you're not fully standing in your truth. And again, with the Sun as your overall energy this month, I don't necessarily think that you're fully embodying the Sun energy. I think, again, this is the focal point. And what is being brought to the surface in this Mercury retrograde is everything that obviously you're choosing to participate in that's limiting your pure bliss in the part of you, right? The inner child part of you that just wants to play all day. And somewhere along the lines, like, you were taught that like working is more important than playing, instead of learning that when you really love what you do, right? Especially in this paradigm that we're shifting into, especially how the energy is set up now. When you value, right, joy, when you have made bliss a priority, when you have made laughter a priority, life is abundant. Okay, everything flows to you easily. So this is about shedding away anything that is preventing you from working on that which brings you into the fullest connection to Source, and using all of your talents and all of your skills to make that happen. You can no longer bury yourself in work or work matters or just things outside of your personal enjoyment. Okay? The door that's now open for you that was once closed, we have the 9 of Wands, clarified by Justice. In the rune on Justice is luck. So this is so interesting because the guy in the 9 of Wands, excuse me, is side-eyeing the worker, and the worker's got his head down, so he's not really paying attention. But this 9 of Wands for me is feeling like you're getting a look, right? You're getting a look into a doorway or a mask of yourself or a part of yourself that you really try to pretend is not there. Or an experience that isn't there, an experience that didn't happen, or an experience that you put on hold. There's just this 9 of Wands for me feels like a doorway to a time and a place or a version of you that you did not want to really revisit or pay attention to because you're a little on edge about it. It's not like it was like intensely traumatic. Yeah, the Emperor. Okay, this is definitely career and work related or relating to official relationships. Like if you're a man, this could be in terms of, you know, your views on marriage, or if you're ever going to become a husband or someone that you wanted to marry. Yeah, we have the Chariot. Someone that really would move your life forward in an emotional manner, right? As well as, again, the Emperor is an authority, right? An authority on your work. So have you been limiting yourself in the ways that you, this is like playing small, this energy that you're being asked to let go of. So it's like, how have you stopped yourself from coming into your full Emperor power in your career, in your chosen field, or in the field that you're most passionate about? Because with the Justice, this feels very karmic to me. Not karma in a good or bad way. It's just indifferent. Like it's just is. But you have to believe that luck is on your side. You have to believe that everything happens for a reason. And there's really no need to continue to carry this burden, 10 of Wands. There's really no need to fear what may or may not come. Like, you will be fine with whatever happens. Okay? Because, again, justice is something that happens outside of us as humans. We don't dole out justice. So we can't be afraid of, like, well, if I take this leap, or if I do invest more time in this project, if I do invest more time in my personal bliss and having fun, if I do invest more time in this person or this relationship, like, what if it's not going to work out in my favor? Like, you don't even know what needs to work out in order for you to be favored. You know what I mean? A lot of times we think we know what's best for us, but we don't. We have to go where we feel most honored, right? And that doesn't mean where we're most comfortable necessarily, but it does mean where we feel most, I don't even want to say safe. I mean, Taurus, you love safety, and I'm not even shading you for it, but there's a difference, like, between comfort safety and, like, spiritually you're safe, right? Being on the edge. Okay, feel the difference. One is not challenging. For you, it is going to be a little challenging to step into something that is not guaranteed. Because nothing really is guaranteed, but you do cling to things that feel very guaranteed. All right? So, your current energy this month as it relates to spiritual path and career. In your head, we have the Ace of Swords. In your heart, we have the 5 of Cups with the rune Prosperity. And in your foundation, we have the Knight of Wands along with the Hermit. I don't think you're losing a job or anything here with the 5 of Cups. I just feel this is like old disappointment. I think you realize that, like, nothing can ever be the same now for whatever reason, especially as it relates to money, or the ways in which you accumulate abundance. Because obviously this 5 of Cups, there's a new relationship, right? This old fun, this old threesome, if you will, is spilled, and you're too focused on that to see the new opportunity. Okay? But you know, sometimes in self-reflection, we can get a little melancholy, and it's okay, but we just can't stay there. Right? Ace of Swords. Allow the revisitation of old disappointments to spark new understanding. Right? Because we have the Yads here on the Ace of Swords, and Yads are always enlightenment. And again, the Sun is here, so nothing left, like there's no shadow that's going to be left by the end of the month. But when you walk into the new year, there's going to be no stone left unturned. So though things or people or self-reflections or whatever may bring up old things that really upset you, or this could be a new upset, but I don't necessarily feel that way. You're gaining a new perspective on it and new clarity on it that is going to empower you to know yourself on a much deeper level. Own that deeper part of you, because it's not that you weren't self-aware in the first place. It's more of just you don't really own it. And I just cut the Emperor again. Ooh, Two of Cups. And you're really going to move towards that new relationship. And this is, you know, I just cut the deck and I got strength. This definitely could be a relationship that's really strong, or one that requires patience and requires, I don't want to say repair, but I want to say like compassion. Okay, this requires forgiveness in some capacity, this relationship. Yeah, and I just cut the deck again and I got the Nine of Cups. So whatever disappointment you're processing through this month, Taurus, it's really bringing you to a beautiful place. Like, you know, so feel your feelings and own them, right? Own them. They are yours and you're allowed to experience them. But there's a rekindling of sorts. And again, Mercury is in retrograde, so, you know, take everything with a grain of salt, if you will. But this Two of Cups can be any type of relationship. But because we have it here in the 5 and we have it here, and due to the other stuff here, it doesn't matter what happens. You just have to be willing to connect, right? You need to be willing to meet people halfway with the compassion, right? Obviously, make it reciprocal. You don't need to give and give and give to people that are not there with you, that are not trying to empathize with you. You also have 2 cups in the Temperance, right? So be patient with your heart. Be patient with people. Be willing to forgive people the way in which you would wish to be forgiven as well. Okay, we can't... Ooh, I almost threw these cards. Ooh, that like scared me. So don't be so quick to throw things away. We can't work ourselves to death. And we can't work or distract ourselves away from true happiness. Like, that's just how I'm feeling. Like, I feel, you know, this definitely has a little bit of a romantic vibe for me this month. Even though it doesn't seem quite like a love reading, I keep getting this feeling that something is stirring in you, Taurus. Something that you really care about has been stirred up in you, and it's creating some kind of mixed feelings, but ultimately you will get clear and you will move forward with a knowledge of yourself that you had previously ignored. Okay. Spirit's advice for you is the 8 of Wands, clarified by the 7 of Cups. In the rune that we have here is Journey. So the 8 of Wands, right? Again, communication, conversations, as well as change, as well as physical movement. Clarified by Journey, right? Which is also physical movement, but it can be internal. And the 7 of Cups. So we always have endless options, okay? Because that is how free will functions, Taurus. And it may not always be clear up front which path is best for you, right? From a physical, tangible level. Like when you take stock or when you write lists, like, or you write down what's safe and what's unsure, like, it's just, you know, like I said before, the road to bliss is not paved in gold. Therefore, like, it's not always going to be extremely clear which path is your path. And that's not a bad thing. Like, And when I say clear, I mean physically clear, like on every single octave. This is making you really feel into, again, what makes me happy? What makes me feel clear? And what am I clear about? And what really matters to me? Because, King of Cups, this definitely feels like someone outside of you. Okay, it can be a man or a woman, but water energy or someone that is extremely emotionally aware as well as logically balanced. And it could be you, but I'm really feeling like it's outside of you. So if you're deciding to go on this journey, right, this spiritual journey, a journey where dreams that you haven't really quite come to grips with, things that have seemed out of your reach, start to seem real, right? Just know you just have to follow your heart, Taurus. It's a feeling. It's a feeling. I'm like almost like shaking. This is like super profound. Bliss is a feeling. Peace is a feeling. Love is a feeling. Like everything that you need to know, you're not going to find it in your physical realm. You're not going to find it through other people. You're not going to find it in your work. You're not going to find it in the things that work brings you, right? You're going to find it in the way that you feel when you take that quick dive into your psyche. You're going to kind of just go, you're just going to go into a place where you're going to be maybe a little upset for a couple days, like it just really kind of out of sorts. But you're going to come out the other side being like, you know what? I don't know exactly where I'm going, but I know I'm going forward and I know it feels better than where I was before. Okay? In the outcome, we have the Temperance, clarified by or coupled with the Page of Pentacles. In the rune we have on the Page of Pentacles is success. So you're being granted, right? Page of Pentacles, an opportunity, a very real opportunity to begin. Because the Page of Pentacles is a student. This is the beginning of a journey. You're being offered an opportunity to begin down the road of healing. Okay? Mind, body, spirit. Coming into forgiveness. Coming into patience for self. Coming into a new understanding of how we can alchemize our emotions and how we can bring our reality into harmony with our emotional truth, with our spiritual truth. Because this angel sits here on the Temperance and with one foot on land and one foot in the water, and they're mixing the cups. And I just feel like it doesn't matter how long you felt in the dark or how long you have felt betrayed or how long you have felt dissatisfied. Healing can start at any time, at any age, at any point after that original trauma was created. And I want to say salvation can be found, like, you're starting a huge healing journey this month, Taurus. And I think you're really setting yourself up for next year because Uranus will be moving into your sign in March, right? And that's going to be a long transit that's really going to shake up your reality. And so ease into it, right? Be kind to yourself. The Moon. Yeah, there's a lot that's not going to be clear to you, but you need to just be clear on how you feel. Even if you can't see it or explain it in words or touch it, just go with your intuition, go with your dreams, go with the things that are very impractical, and be gentle with yourself along the way, okay? I know this is not advice that you're used to taking, and you're probably going to be like, well, I want to think about it. Just one day at a time, okay? One day at a time. Trust that your inner self, your higher self, your spirit guides know what's up, and they just want you to be happy. Like, this feels awesome, and you just really need to follow your gut. You need to follow your gut. I am learning to be more creative every day. I direct my creative talents towards music, art, dance, writing, anything that gives me pleasure. So dwell in your pleasure, dwell in your craft. This is the beginning of a huge, huge period of self-expression, and you should be beyond excited. Taurus, I love you all, and I'll be back soon. Peace.